Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome. Glad you made it. It's another so-so production. We're doing it Friday, November the 4th, 2022. Welcome back, ladies and gents. If you're just joining me today, thank you very much for joining me. If you've been a long-time viewer and listener to the show, thank you very much for the love and support. Heart to heart, man oh man, we're moving ahead one little teeny tiny step at a time. Where can you find these videos? On Instagram, on YouTube, on patreon.com/robsadri every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Before we get into it, I'd like to make a little note. I do apologize for this week. I was not able to upload on Instagram for some reason. Every time I pressed upload, a message popped up saying something went wrong. Please try again later. And it's been several days. It is now. I've not been able to update on since Wednesday, basically. So sorry about that. Not my fault. I'm going to try to sort it out over the weekend. I think it should all be sorted out hopefully by Monday, and we're going to be back to the regularly scheduled programming in no time. But nonetheless, you can find these full-length videos on YouTube and patreon.com/robsadri. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. I wonder if I don't think it's anything with my account personally, because I did check. There's no signs of, because like you'll have to go and check, is something wrong with my account. I'm like, is it a me thing? But it's not a me thing. There's nothing's wrong with the activity that's on my account. We're all just having a blast, baby, just having a ball together, and that's what it is. I think it's either a glitch on Instagram, or I may be potentially, again, since we know each other really well, your boy may be facing a potential phone problem. If it is a phone problem, I'll get that sorted out. Again, that's a me problem, that's not a you problem. But nonetheless, you can find the videos on YouTube for the meantime and patreon.com/robsadri. What's up? We're still going, baby. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. For the time being, of course, everything's changing so fast. What is going on in your world, ladies and gents? A lot has been happening in my world. Man, oh, let's get a sip of this today. We're just gonna talk a little bit. Maybe just, we're cleaning house as we go along, and every once in a while it's just nice to sit back with the gang, with the crew, and go over some of the basics of what we've been through thus far, and what we're doing right now, and where we're going to be potentially in the near future or not so distant future, and what it is, baby. Sip to the gang. Good times. Yeah. I'm grateful. I'm very thankful. A lot of things are moving along, and it's not necessarily to do with comedy in my world, but it has got to do with my world, which I guess is all going towards comedy. So that's the thing. So here's what I'm trying to get to. We're making progress little by little. One big progress that was made this past week, just recently. I'm very relieved finally. If you've been with me for some time, I was waiting for my car to arrive. I purchased a vehicle late March, early April, so it's been now 7-8 months. I finally got it. It's a little thing, but it's a big thing, so I'm very grateful for that. Finally, we're on. I think we're making little strides, and I think it's going to be good. For the next several months. I hope to just, get out there, make myself as busy as possible. And in the meantime, I'm going to be here's the plan, here's the little, just putting ideas out there into the universe, what I'm thinking, what I'm writing, what I'm going through right now. I hope to be able to get more spots in the city in the next several months. And in the meantime, I'm still going to be cooking up some ideas, because I do feel like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I do feel like a little trip of sorts might be happening somewhere down the line. I don't know, but I feel like it's been brewing up prior to the pandemic, during the pandemic, and now everything's finally opened up. We can do a little bit of maneuvering, if you will. So I do have that idea in my head. So that's what I'm going to be working on little by little. But that's where we are today. Feeling good, feeling great, feeling, again, you got to take time. This is what I'm saying this all out loud. Maybe it's relatable to everybody else out there as well. Whatever you're doing, and I know many of us are tackling so many different things. And that's what it is when you're adulting, when you're adulting, when you're in it, you're knee deep in the adult world. just to recap a little bit more, I guess. So again, like I said, a lot of things have been happening this past week. A lot of things are going to be happening. That's what it is, baby. The more you age, the busier you get. And I just, in the past week, turned 33. Thank you very much. And that is, man, 33. The early 30s heading into the mid 30s, approaching 40s. That's what it is, baby. 33. Let's talk about 33 a little bit, as a matter of fact. Today we're going to talk about being in your early 30s, being 33. Shout out to everybody else if you're 33. 33 basically is like, man, it's not, it's, man, you're no longer in your 20s, you know what I mean? And you're no longer like 30, 31, 30, you're 33. 33 is like I think 33 is like official adult. I think like that's a good, like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, of course, you got the 18, whatever. You can start driving, drinking, all that. You can vote. You can go to the army, shoot at target, do target practice, do a little bit of ninja work, do a little bit of, you can volunteer, you can be of service to your country. You're 18, you're a countryman, you're a country lady, you're a country woman. You're an adult, but but that's the thing, until like 25-ish, especially for speaking for myself, this guy, man, development takes time. Everything takes time. We've got to be patient. I know, so I can say as of recent, I've just been, getting comfortable in being a adult, being a young adult. Not too young anymore, but I'm not an old adult either. That's what it is. But that's the thing. If you would have asked me when I was younger, man, when I was like, middle school, high school, in my mind at that time, somebody who was in their 30s sound like it's like, oh man, he's in his 30s, or that broad is old. Man, look at her wrinkles, dude. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, man. But that's, here I am, man. And it seems like yesterday. It just seems like yesterday that I was having those thoughts. I'm like, man, I never pictured myself. I never not pictured myself going into my 30s, but it wasn't even because when you're youthful, when you're young, you don't even consider it. You don't even think about it. You're like, yeah, it's a thing that you hear of. It's like something that you can only experience once you've experienced it. But yeah, I guess, man, it's weird. It is weird. It's weird to think back about those thoughts and then see myself being a full grown. I don't think I'm gonna grow any more than physically. This is it. This is legit. You might, because some people have like slow growth spurts. Some people have late spurts. Some people don't spurt at all. Some people spurt in the beginning, like they come out spurting, dog, and then some people don't spurt until like the late teens. Sometimes rarity, it's a anomaly out there, but like late 20s, somebody might just like all of a sudden. And then in your 30s, if you want to get spurting in your 30s, 40s, that's when you got to resort to external factors. Bring in a little bit of assistance, a little bit of that HGH, a little bit of that test 300. All the goods, D-ball, Anavar, whatever it is. You know what it is. So that's what it is, man. In terms of like physically, I think this is as solid as 33, feeling stretched out in terms of like height. I don't think I'm gonna get any further. Like I think from now on it'll be like very minimal, but over the years it'll start to like maybe lose an inch, which, man, I'm comfortably like sitting at like 6 feet, which is nice. I like that. I don't know. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. Need be, I'll start, whatever, dog. If I get it depends how vain I'll be at the time. If I notice it bothering me quite a bit, maybe we'll bust a few kneecaps, get a little surgery, because they do that shit apparently. Probably won't, but I'm just saying it, that's what it is. At the time, if I'm it'll be like, oh, you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s. Now, when do you start shrinking, dude? No, I hope you don't start shrinking in your 40s, man. 50s? No. 60s, 70s, 80s. 80s, you're definitely height. I'm talking height. 80s, dude. That's probably when you. So I gotta on your 30s now. You gotta fucking work on the. You gotta now. Oh man, when you're 30, you gotta work on the posture and the movements. Because when you're young, you're just nimble and everything's just loose. But as you get on, man, no joke, fam. Keeping it 100. Every now and again, I'll pull a back muscle. That's something in your 30s, dude. Wasn't a thing back in you might have pulled something when you were younger, but it was out of a lot of exertion of energy. You know what I mean? You got You're out there doing the parkour. You're out there doing the skateboarding with the parkour. You're out there, herding animal. Not hurting animal, like herding animal. Jesus, don't be out there herding animals. I love all animals, but point is you're doing activities that are like outrageous, but you're young and nimble, no problem. All of a sudden, 30s hits. It's like, oh man, I slept bad. That becomes a thing. You say, oh, I slept bad. I slept bad. What? Man. Because when you're young, I used to just get knocked down and like go out for hours and be like, oh, this friggin' tornado could have been happening next door, right next door. I wouldn't even notice. But like now it's like, oh, I had a bad night sleeping on my side. I'm an adult. That's what it is. Being a fucking adult, sometimes you pull a muscle just sleeping. That happens. You know what I mean? But like, it's fine. I'm good. I'm all good. No big deal. We're still like, that's what it is. Maybe 33 is like, that's a good number. I'll tell you, that's a solid number. In terms of like, it's good. It just looks good. I like it. If I could, tell you what, dude. Ladies, gents, if I could, honestly, yeah. If I could, just like, if you could press pause, or like in terms of like growth, life experience, like obviously more experience. No, I'll take that back. Just growth in terms of like age. 33. If you could have just like capped out, if I had an option of capping out and be like, I don't want to get any older age-wise. Like, that's a good age. You know what I mean? Got a couple of grays here and there, a little bit of wrinkle here, a little bit of wrinkle there. It's like, you're not as fresh as like your early 20, but like it's a good. You want a little bit of scuffing. You want a little scratch here and there. It's like, oh, this lady's got a couple of tiger stripes. You know what I mean? Been through something, a couple of things. A handful of things. Life just keeps throwing them at you, doesn't it? It's all right, baby boys and girls, because we just knock it out in the park. Where'd it go? Oh, it's in the parking lot. Windshield popped. Hope insurance is covering your windshield, sir. Sorry about that. It's all in the arm, and it's a matter of physics. But nonetheless, let's not get distracted. Although we're not really staying on topic today, because it's just mostly like we're cleaning up house today is what it is. So in your 30s, you start cleaning up house. And all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm cleaning up in this bitch, dude. Get the Swiffer wet jet. You feel me? Squeaky squeaky right there. Squirt and a swipe. Man, that's nice. Point is, fam, the point is that in your 30s, you're an adult now. I'm an adult. So shout out to the adults doing it, because it's just like every day, you got to take it one day at a time. That's what I do, man. Every time I find myself, and it does happen, I've gotten better at it. I hope to even continue to get better at it in the future. But anytime I may feel a little bit overwhelmed with things, I just remind myself, one bite at a time, starting from the asshole, one step at a time, whatever it is. Because the tasks that we take on as adults, they're big. They seem small, but they're big. The little things are the big things, and the big things are the little things. But nonetheless, every little action, But that's the thing, when you spread it out, it's not going to overwhelm you. And I know a lot of us have a lot of things to take care of, myself included. So that's what it is, baby. Spread it out. That's what you learn in your 30s, I think. Spreading it out, giving yourself time, being patient with yourself. That's what as soon as you start getting them grays, a couple of grays here, that's a reminder. You're like, oh, patience. Why? What's the correlation between gray and patience? None at this moment, but I'll think of one later down the line. I don't know what it is, but with gray comes patience, I think. So that's what it is, baby. Hope you're all doing well. If you're 33 out there, man, shout out to you. If you're approaching 33, if you've gone past it, it's, you know what it is. You've been there, you've done it. And, preaching to the choir, you say. You've been there, you've done it. Congratulations. Going through it now. It's sweet, swell. I'm excited. Happy, moderate happy. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, oh, not going to be too stoked about any number, I'll tell you that. But like, it's a good number. It looks like if you write 33, it's just like, aesthetically pleasing. Just the number itself aesthetically it could be, it's like, what is that? Is that BB? Is that could it be like, and if you have two B's, is that a 33? Is it a 13? There's a lot of combinations you can do with it, symbolically, allegorically, metaphorically speak. 33 is a good number, dude. Who else, Jesus was 33 when he was like peaking, you know what I mean? Or when he peaked, 33, dude. So it's a good number. If you make it to 33, it's a good number. Well, I'm not. That's a hard, like that's a good role model in terms of like aspiring to like achieve certain things. It's a good, but like at 33, I'll tell you what, man, I don't have my own. I can't turn water into wine, and it's not because of a lack of trying. It's just a matter of, I don't know what it is. It's a matter of finding the right yeast to mold ratio or something. It's fermentation. It's, I don't know what it is. It's science. It's biology. Chemistry, really, if we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. But you know what I'm talking about? Still have not mastered that. So water's still water up in this household slash studio slash what it is. So that's what it is, man. Just drinking regular H2O. I thought I'd master that because that's something you've been like, oh, if you're 33, you can turn water into wine. I've been trying, can't do it. It's unless you guys have figured it, unless everybody figures it out. It's like a little low kept secret amongst. I am now officially, so I would like to, if there's somebody with a recipe that can turn H2O into some, let's go, baby, share it. Because again, I'm like, it's that time. What it is. At his height with his powers, I think, yeah, definitely did walk on water. I can't. I can run on water. Also, like if we're talking like, if it's not deep, if it's like shallow, maybe like a couple of inches, I'll run through it, no problem. Even ankle deep, dude. Even ankle deep, I'll run on water. So Jay walked on water. I can again shallow. I can run it. Even knee deep, dude. I'm not even kidding, dude. Knee deep water. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take a deep dive because it's just again knee deep, but I'll run through it. So I've got that going for me, and I'll feel comfortable and confident because I'm 33. I'm an adult, dude. I can run in water if I wanted to. No big deal. What's up? So that's what I does, dude. I'm feeling good right now. I can't tell you that again. Yeah, absolutely. If I could turn water into wine, man, that would have been like swell at this moment. You know what I mean? Hand in hand with a comedy career. Oh, little by little, down the line, who knows? It's just nice to. I like a nice wine. I like a nice drink. If I could make one, I'd make one. Right now, it's turn on the tap water. It's just water. I don't know what it is. I've talked like mentally to myself. I'm like, oh, maybe it's just a matter of concentration. If you think hard enough, it'll like, oh, turn on the tap. No, still water, dude. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a matter of like throwing, ingredients in there. I don't know. Chuck a couple of grapes at water while the tap is running. I don't know how to get it to like just. But I don't even think he used any grapes. So that's the whole thing. So I'm still far away from achieving those. But like again, it's good to be. In certain aspects of life is what I'm telling myself, at least aspire for, turning water into wine or refining things, essentially making better. Because like, essentially that's what it is. If I'll tell you what I can turn almost any liquid into urine. If I consume almost any liquid, guaranteed, I can definitely piss it out, which is pretty solid. Like you can count on me on that level, dude. If you give me like water, drink it. Piss will come out. Wine, drink it. Piss will come out. Beer, drink it. IPA, cider, tea, coffee. Lemonade, energy drink. All of these drinks, fluids, I'll turn it into urine no matter what. So that is kind of like I know. Relax. It's like, oh, you're doing miracles. I don't like to fucking like make it a big thing. It is what it is. You're like, and you're out there, you're like, man, that's relatable. Am I doing the same thing? Maybe we're on the same thing, dude. Maybe we're doing the same thing. Because like-minded hearts and spirits, fucking, maybe you're out there turning liquids into piss too. So shout out to you doing it. You're like, I've done it way before 33. Oh, good on you there. I'm the slow and steady type myself. I don't go out there with huge expectations because you know what I mean? Set yourself up for disappointments, little incrementals, but like that's what it is. I started off with just like titty milk, dude, but some of y'all are like, oh man, I was like knee deep in the booze when I was like 3.5. I'm like, man, slow it down there. You're still going strong, though, I'll tell you that. So I don't know what it is. Everybody's different. Not telling you how to live your life, certainly not telling myself how to live my life. Just actually no, that is kind of like that's what I do. I do tell myself how to live my life. And so should you, in your own world, depending on your needs and whatever you're doing. So in your 30s, essentially, you gain man, in your 30s and the 33s at least, gain a lot of wisdom. I hope you get a little bit more wisdom than you did in your 20s and in your teens, dude, because that's, man, a little bit more, it just goes a long way. But I can tell you confident, like I can sit here, confident, and tell you that I know a lot of things. I know a lot of things. At 33, I know a lot of things for sure. For certain, I know a lot of things. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration. I know many things. I don't know all things, but I know many things. Okay, fine. All right. That's a bit of a stretch too. I know some things. I know at 33 that I can feel comfortable knowing some things. Okay, I know a few things. I legit know a few things. It's fine. It's comforting. I know a few things. That's fine. We're learning. We're moving along the way. Okay, I know a handful of things. All right, two handful of things. I know like for certain. You know what I'm talking about? Like core factual facts. 33. I know two handful of facts. One. Five things that I could probably tell you that I like legit. I know for certain, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, I can prove it in court. Five things. Couple of things by the time you're 33, you soon find out in terms of like factual facts that like facts, dude, like a couple of solid things out there. I'm still like trying to narrow it down. So it's like, you know what it is? Just take your time. Just take your time, and that's hopefully the more time passes by, the more clarity comes along the way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we don't know everything. God damn it. Wish we knew like more, but that's what it is. That's what it is. The point is that the less you know, the more you are able to find out. And man, there's just so much to find out in all aspects of life and all parts of life. So that's what it is. I feel confident knowing all the knowledge that I've accumulated over the years. The like what you ask? Like I can tell you for fact, certain fact that like facts, like one solid fact that I could tell you, if you were like, you're like, no bias, just like this thing is what it is, what it is what it is, what it is. Just one fact. I can tell you for fact, without any bias, is like one pure fact. You know what it is? Let's just stay seasonal, baby. As the weather changes, as we're approaching winter time, it'll be more chilly outside. Facts. Straight up. One of the many things that I know as a 33-year-old, I can tell you as we go approaching winter time, especially here up north, gets chilly, okay? Facts. God, the confidence, I feel that because like I know that for a fact. And you think by the time you're 33, you'd have way more facts, all right? And I do. In terms of facts, it's all there. It's all what it is what it is. It's all there. And you should feel good about yourself as well. Because, yeah, it's not like, there's no cap on facts. You know what I mean? In fact, if you're capping, there are no facts. So that's what it is, baby. So what I'm trying to say, that 33, you got a lot of like room to just like, oh, you're just beginning to expand your horizon, is what I'm telling you. Don't worry about the facts, okay? Because the facts are the facts are the facts are the facts, and they remain factual, as evident proves it that way. So sip to the gang. I feel good. I hope you do too as well. If you've just turned 33 during the past week or just recently or about to, welcome to the club. You know what I mean? We're all family now. God. Maybe you're inviting me to the 33 club. What else do you guys, they're like, man, do you get at 33, could I, if I'm not mistaken, at Disney, I've never been to Disneyland. I believe there's a room 33. Is there like a thing when you turn 33, you get to go to Disneyland and they put you in that room 33? Is that even a thing? If it's a thing, I'd like to, but if it's not a thing, then it's like what it is. It's facts. Then I don't want to go. Because like if it's not a thing, I don't want to go to a place that's not like Disneyland is a thing. Room 33, I don't know what it is. If it's a thing, I'd like to be like, oh. If it's everybody's doing it, if everybody's like, that's what I just want to know what you do at 33, you know what I mean? I'll still practice alchemy. You know what? Water to wine thing, I'm not going to give up. We'll get there eventually, but like that's just like, oh, it's a hobby. It's out there in the back of my mind, just doing it little by little. One day, sip to you guys and gals out there. But yeah, man, you do adult things that you don't think about doing when you're younger, like buying a car, like buying a grown-up car. You know what I mean? Buying your grown-up car, buying a car as a grown-up is a grown-up, like any car as a good, but like, you know what I mean? Like that's a thing that's like, it becomes, I'm writing checks. I'm writing a void check. I'm bringing a void check to a like established facility. That's like complete adult. You know what I mean? When you have a checkbook, son, 33 checkbook. Fucking checks, dude. Check. Write void on it. Because like as an adult, you have this piece of paper that the bank gave you so that you could write stuff on it, numbers that are facts. And then you write it out and then you give it to other people who are like taking this piece of paper. It's a check. It's a check, right? There's a date, there's your name on it, has a bunch of serial numbers at the bottom, designating your bank account. Oh man, and then you write things on it and it's like, it's facts. So you hand this piece of paper over to a gentleman or a lady and then they take it, hold on to it for several hours a day and then deposit it to the bank, and the bank takes the check and is like, oh, it checks out, the check checks out. A responsible adult has checked the check and the check checks out. I see your check and I check your check with a check. And that's what it is, baby. It's fucking check time, and I'm writing void on some of them apparently nowadays. Like that's another, because you'll get a checkbook when you're, you know, at one point you'll get a check and it's a book of checks. It's the same. Every page is the same. Though you're not gonna, in this book, you're not gonna be reading and finding different meanings or different interpretation. Numbers could be interpreted differently on the different checks, but legit it's the same. It's called a checkbook. I'm trying to tell you, it's the same thing. Legit, it's like the same check over and over again. So it's not like a book where you'll find new checks. Like one check is in like blue and the other one's like red, or like one's got like, you know, funky designs on it and the other one was like just like plain. It's the same check. So it's a checkbook. It should just, you know, I don't know, maybe is that an appropriate thing to call a checkbook a checkbook? Because if it's not a, like if you're not reading through the pages, it should be a should be a checklist, if anything. You know what I mean? Because it's or that's not a list, because list would have things on it and you like, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't sound like a book, but we call it a book. Let's just call it a book. Fair game, no problem. But like that's what it is. Now you graduated, now you've gone up several up. Now you got to write void on these checks. That means like, I'm not even gonna like write a number. I'm just gonna write void on this piece of paper and give it to you, and then it'll help with the direct deposits or the direct withdrawals. That's what I'm direct withdrawing right now, dude. I'm not doing it. Somebody's doing it to me, man. They're direct withdrawing from me. Quit withdrawing from me, dude. It's gonna be ongoing for like 7 years now with this new car. I'm happy about it at the same rate, dude. You know what it is? Payments. Adult shit. Fucking monthly payment. That's adult. 33 payments for 33 people. 33 peoples out there. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with checks and balances as an adult. And you shouldn't get overwhelmed by anything. Just break it up into little chunks, little pieces, and start again with where? The asshole. The most sensitive part of the overall thing that you're trying to tackle. And it's many of things. And I get it out there. So yeah, man, I'm checking the checks. That's weird, dude, because you hand paper to people and it's not even money, but they're like, yeah, I'm gonna take that. That's what you've accumulated enough life experience for people to designate you a checkbook, and that check represents some sort of, like, it's facts, it's validity in some sense. You're an adult because of a check. Because if you don't have a checkbook, at one point you're gonna need one for something. As an adult, as a kid, you can get away with it. And that was nice. It was kind of nice being a teenager, being in your early 20s, even not having a checkbook. That was nice. It's not one of those, but now it's one of those things that's like, I gotta, like, amongst my belongings, I gotta know where my checkbook is. You know what I mean? Every month you gotta write a check. I write a check to, that's what it is. I write a check for my rent. Every month I write a check. And that's an adult thing to do. That's not something you do as a human being, dude. You know what I mean? Like a decade ago, I wouldn't be concerned about these things. I was just maybe starting to like get concerned. But that's the thing. Now it's like solidified. In your 30s, you're writing checks, son. Lady out there, feel you, man. I feel you. It's just like check. I see you checking out there. Keep on checking, baby. Keep on checking. And that's what we do. We check. Thank you. Sip to the gang. But that's 33, man. Going on 33. Feeling great. And that's an adult thing to feel, you know, as taking on responsibilities and having to like, oh, you know, I'm designating time, allocating time to different things. Now all of a sudden you start getting better and better at it. I hope, like, obviously I'm you know, I just hope to get better and better at that as well, like time management. And you start like hopefully becoming like, oh, I let that thing designated 5 minutes, boom, nip it in the bud, done. Next project, 2 hours, nip it in the bud, next. And it's like, we're doing as adults, that's what it is. You're basically out there jujitsuing everything in your life out there. So shout out to everybody doing it, you know what I mean? Because it's like what it is, man. I feel like it's being humans complex, being humans like delicate, being humans like you're made up of this like mushy, like feeling gooey stuff inside, and then you gotta be like bout it outside doing business and checking things. And like, you know what I mean? And like inside, mushy, fucking you know? But like outside, it's a world of checks. You're getting checked. And that's what it is, man. So like it's nice. It's nice. It's a transition period. It's like it's solid adulthood now. It's like, you know, from now on it'll just be more adulting. It's not going to be less adulting, you know what I mean? Unless like a freak accident, I walk into some sort of like, I don't know, building with like fumes are going off, hazardous materials, you know, just like, you know, and I get exposed to something and it's like reverse adulting. I don't know, free, like Benjamin Button sort of thing, but like, but would that be a good thing? It'd be nice. I mean, if it can, like, you know what I mean? If it's not going to be like, if it's not going to be contagious, if it's not going to be like a detriment to my overall health, and I like, if I can keep if I can keep the experiences, the little things that I've learned here and there, I'll keep it. But like, if my physical body were to like de-adult a little bit, you know, just a couple of years, a few years, it wouldn't be too shabs what it is. But I don't want to get exposed to like, you know, hazardous material just for a couple of years here and there. So what it is that you grow into your skin like a snake, like a Slytherin out there. You shed some skin. I've done so throughout the years. We all do. Pounds of dead dermis out there. What are that dust bunnies saying underneath your couch? That's your old skin, essentially, looking at you, winking at you, like, heh. You know what I mean? That's you looking at yourself, essentially. You find a dust bunny, there's little bits of you looking at you, fam. And you're like, man, I'm just going to put this in a dustbin where it belongs. You're putting a bit of yourself. You're old, and that's what we do, and that's what you need to do. You know what I mean? Like that. You've seen snakes do it. Old skin on their shoulder, taking it to the old garbage bin, snake skin disposal station with the, you know, that's what it is. Designated area. They go, they carry it like gentlemen and ladies. Dump it in there. New skin. Don't need this garbage. Get it off me. You know. So that's snakes, man. That's and like legit. We're like, you know, shedding skin, hair. We're, you know, every now and again you'll gain a new mole. You know, if it's like a red mole, no big deal. If it's like a little tiny mole, red mole that turns into like a brown mole, no big deal. But if it's like a sus mole, maybe get that checked out. But that's just like, again, as you age, that's facts, dude. That's another fact right there. As you get older, you'll gain a couple of more freckles, couple of more, you know, moles here, and then that's what it is, and it's fine too. But if it's like, again, if it's sus, if it's like coming out with hair, if it's a little bit oversized, if it's you know, if it's like borderline skin tag / mole, get it checked out. You know what I mean? If it's like a color outside of the regular mole colors, if it's like fucking vibrant out there, if it's like neon flashing, that's just like nature telling you get it checked out, fam. But like part of life, you get more moles, you get more freckles every now and again. You know what I mean? And you see that over, like, again, somebody's like 195,000 years old, you'll see that fucking like patches of like skin color that's like, man, that doesn't look right. But it's right, man. It feels right at that time. It is right. But, you know, again, that's something that I'm saying right now, and I'll be probably 195,000 year old one day and be like, oh man, I never thought I'd be 195,000 years old. Fucking, that's what it is. And until I get there, I won't know. So right now, I'm looking at those 195,000 year olds and be like, man, those guys are so old. But I guess deep down in their heart, at 195,000 years old, they're just as loose, as vibrant, as nimble as you and me. So doesn't like resonate that way, just like optically looking at things. You're like not that nimble, not that flexible, not that fucking, but like still, it's the matter of the heart. And you're like, man, things on life support, had a couple of attacks, but you know, still got a pacemaker, so we're working, you know. Nonetheless, man, we're just, that's what it is though. It's more of a, it's not a number thing, but it is a number thing, but it's more like how you feel about it. And I feel great. I want you to feel good, whatever, even if you're not 33, dude. I know, yeah, like that's what it is. Right now I'm 33, so in my head, 33 fucking rocks. By the time we're 34 or 35, we're like, you know, 75, that'll rock too. But and the other ones, the ones that were passed through, and those rock too. So that's what it is. Enjoy life, whatever number you're getting, either today, the past week, in the near future. Numbers are numbers. It's how you feel inside that matters, man. It's how you feel on the inside, man. It's how you feel on the inside, man. Lady, man, yeah, it's on the outside of your inside. That's what it is. Thank you very much for all the love and support. We've been together for some time. We are snowballing down the hill, picking up steam, picking up stuff along the way, learning, growing. And I am excited. I'm excited. Ladies and gents, for 1 second, for one moment, I've been meaning to watch a movie that's been on my radar as of late. Some of you guys and gals out there might have already watched it. Some of you guys might have enjoyed it. Some of you guys might have experienced it. Some of you guys might have already known about it. I've not seen the full thing. I've only seen clips, and it's a oldie but a goodie. I'm talking about Raging Bull. I want to watch this movie, and I've only seen clips, and it gets me excited because it's, man, it looks like a legit movie. Facts, you know, solid movie, and I want to watch it. But I also wanted to, from the few clips that I've seen, I wanted to, for you guys, reenact the scene for you gals out there. But it's a modern interpretation of Raging Bull. The name is actually, I'm thinking it's called Raging Bowl. Raging Bowl, as in like a bowl you smoke weed out of, you know, like, whoa, let's get a bowl of this. Good. Raging Bull. So that's my interpretation of it, and I'm going to basically try to play as many characters as I can. And we're going to just, hold on a sec, baby. Again, I don't know what the full movie is about, so this is just like loose interpretation of what I think of those little clips. And again, I'm putting a completely different spin on this bad boy. Again, it's called Raging Bull, starring Robert DiGiorno and Joe Pistachio. Okay, all right, let's hold on a sec. Just one scene, it'll be quick. One scene, maybe a couple of scenes, just one scene, one loose scene. Okay. Hold on. Okay, this is a scene. Let me break it down. This is a scene between Robert DiGiorno's character, which I'm assuming in this movie is the Raging Bull, and Joe Pistachio. Joe Pistachio is his brother, and they're having a little confrontation about something. If you've seen the movie, you know what it is. If you've not seen it, doesn't matter. I'm Robert DiGiorno, aka the Raging Bull in this sequence. Okay, this is the sequence. We're going into it. Okay, get loose, baby. We're going into it. You're Robert DiGiorno now. You're the Raging Bull now. Bull, you're the Raging. Okay. Did you smoke my last bowl? Joe Pistachio now. You know, that is really fucked up of you to ask me if I smoked your bowl. I'm the bull now again. You're very smart, you know that? You're very smart, but you're not answering my question. You know that's whack of you to say that, and I smoked your bowl. Everybody smoked your bowl, man. You should just go ahead and like smoke me. What do you mean by that? You said smoke this guy and smoke that guy, but you also said smoke me. What do you mean by smoke me? You know, this is really getting fucked up, and I'm not going to answer you. I'm just not going to answer you. I'm not going to answer you. And scene. I know. Fucking like. Legit, dude. Fucking facts. Raging Bull. It's about a guy who loves his bowl, dude, and don't smoke out of his bowl. He's like accusing his from what I gather from that scene, he's having an interaction with his bro. He's like, "Why'd you smoke my last bowl?" And his brother's like, "Oh, I didn't smoke your last bowl, dude." And oh man, fuck. But that's what it is, man. That scene is just makes me want to watch that movie, not this movie, but like maybe this movie too. You don't know if this was a movie, if this, and I know it's me, guys. It's me. It's not Robert DiGiorno. It's not Joe Pistachio. It's your boy Rob Sacre doing it. I know. It's like, how'd you get in out of those characters so quick? Fucking fast. I know, but. Gotta work on it more, but it's like I like it in terms of like you know what I mean, or like there could be a scene, there's also a scene, I think we can also do this. I'm gonna do this right now for you. I think it's like Raging Bull's wife is in a dinner party gathering from what I've seen, and she's hanging out with these lads, and the Raging Bull's brother, Joe Pistachio's character, comes there and is like, "Oh, you gotta get home." And a fight ensues. Okay. Playing all characters again. Myself, hold on, give me a second. But again, remember all that, but also it's called Raging Bull. It's not even about that, okay? So, me, right now. "Oh, I'm a pretty lady hanging out with these fellas, just having a ball, having a drink." I'm Joe Pistachio. You should come home. We should go home. You should go upstairs. You've been having too many drinks and bowls. "I don't want to go home right now. What am I going to do at home? I can hang out with these guys and smoke all the bowls. And if I go up there, Raging Bull won't smoke with bowls with me. I'm this lady, but it doesn't give me the attention that I need. I'm going to stay down with these guys, these fine fellas." Enter fine fellas. I'm fine fellas right now. "What's the big deal? We're just having a couple of balls over here." Joe Pistachio enters again. "Yeah, we're just gonna go home. We're just gonna go home. Just gonna take her. We're gonna go home. Nobody's smoking. I get it. No worries. We're just smoking bowls here. No worries. No worries. Just a lot of this. Fight ensues. Over. Oh man, I was forgetting. Hold on. Scene and right there. It's me, guys. It's me. It's your boy Rob Sacre. Relax. I know you're like, how did you go between playing the wife, Raging Bull's brother, the other boxer / mafioso cat? I don't know. Like, fuck, dude. But again, it's called Raging Bull. It's not even about boxing. It's just about what it is. Facts. So that's what you do in your 30s, man. 30s. Fucking, that's what we do around here. But I do gotta sit down and watch. That's a really fucked up thing you want me to say tonight. It's fucked up is what you said. I'm not gonna answer you. Guys, it's me again. Fuck, dude. You're like, quit, jump into like, because you're like, man, that looked like, I'm like, is that Joe Pistachio out there? Or Robert DiGiorno for a second? No, dude, it's me. All those characters, like, the wife was me too. I did it. I did, like, all of them. I know. So, it's called Raging Bull. It's about a man who likes taking hits at the bull, man. Don't smoke his last blunt. He doesn't probably like his wife. Hanging out with boxers / mobsters, from what I'm gathering. I don't know that much about it. Smoking bowls. Maybe if I watched the movie, I would have known more about it. Maybe the wife's got a point. Maybe the brother's got a point. Maybe that's the entire point of the movie. Okay, I read the synopsis. I think that's the entire point of the movie, but I do want to watch this still. It's this guy that's just like, you know what I mean? Like, gotta get it right, baby. Gotta get it all right. That's basically like it's a good tale. It's a good story to be like learning from. But also this version of it, Raging Bull, great lessons, hard real life lessons, and the acting, my goodness. Fuck, dude. I scared myself for a second when I got into when I was like Joe Pistachio. You know, putting a couple of and then the fight ensues outside. Love it. It's wild. Sip to the gang. This is what we do around here. We have fun. Tickle each other's membranes. And yeah, baby, if you're 30, if you're 33, if you're in your 40s, if you're in your 20s, it don't matter. If you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s, you're doing it. Shout out to all you guys and gals out there. But that's the thing, I'm also excited because I feel like, I'll tell you this, it's nice to be 33 now because at this point, not that I want to be like living forever, but as of late, we've all heard of these different little talks here and there with tech and science improving and potentially, you know, having the option of being, you know, getting to live, not even immortal, but like 150. That's kind of, I think, is in the realm of possibility. Infinity, we're still not there, you know what I mean? We're still probably gonna have to work on that if we want to, if we want to collectively. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. It's facts. I think soon, in the next decade or two, I don't know if I'll be part of it, but I do feel like the people who will live till 150 are either being, I'm not saying this as if it's like, I think that I forget where I heard it, but the people that are going to be living until 150 or potentially getting to experience some sort of a version of, I guess, an immortal being are either being born right now or being born very soon. But I think I might still be in that age range. I don't know if I could, that's what it is. I've heard if you can keep yourself up and going to like 2030, it's all fucking like gravy from there, which means just reverse aging, baby. Everybody's gonna be just dropping, dude. Just dropping years. Next thing you know, Susie no longer 42, fucking 25, dude. What up? Oh man. And that's like new opportunities, new horizons, all of this. That's a whole new other thing. But I'm excited about it, man. Here's the thing. This is what I'll tell you. Even if there is no like, I don't want to like. I'm not so much about quantity. I'm more about quality of things, and I care about quality of life and like getting the most and just being as present in all the moments as possible. So I don't even want to live till like 150, but like 100 is a nice number. So like, you know what it is? 99, dude. So I have 33 right now. I got another like 66, 67 potential if we want to do like an even 100, you know? And if by that time we'll have the tech to either reverse age or fucking like get life extended essentially with, I don't know, bionic parts, with fucking raccoon hearts. Just like that's what I think in the future, near future, that's what it is. You'll just have like in your refrigerator, you know, beef for dinner, you know, macaroni and cheese for lunch, and then a couple of raccoon hearts just sitting in the freezer in case, you know, you open up the old vent right here, switcheroo, new heart. Who's going at it? You are. Maybe we'll even go beyond that. Who knows? Maybe we won't even need the body parts at one point. But that's like fear. That's like future. That's like, you know, that's in little gradual steps. So what I'm saying is I'll be content with just like, you know, 100, a full 100. I think that's a good, decent number. You know what I mean? Work till you're like 80, 90, live a good life, and like 10 years of like maybe just like taking it easy a little bit, just chilling a little bit, you know what I mean? Putting your feet on your feet, putting your toes on your toes, putting on a couple of sandals, going on the porch with the old wife, if you happen to have a wife. Speaking for myself at this moment, you know what I mean? But let's say like down the line, dude, talking late 80s, 90s, man. So that's just like imagining into the future, and I can't right now. I like where I am, so that's what it is. Thank God. Thank the universe, thank the multiverse, thank all the, you know, good forces of like humanity, nature, all that good. I'm very grateful. I'm trying to be very present, and yeah, just moving one step at a time, one teeny tiny step at a time, not really like, you know, really like this is it, we're doing it, baby. This is what it is. Enjoying life, learning, growing, doing what you like to do, going after it little by little. And I like to try to do as much as I can. So that's basically where I'm at today. And it is Friday, it's November the 4th. I wish you guys and gals out there all the best. Whatever you're doing out there, you know, fucking go get it. But one teeny tiny baby step at a time. Don't, you know, and I say this out loud more so that I hear it, because like, that's what it is. Again, just to go over a theme that we kind of covered today. We all grapple and like do a lot of things simultaneously, and it takes all of it to work magically so that you can get to this little neck sport and this other neck sport. And it's all about that fine balance of enjoying the moment, trying to do as much as you can, being happy about what you've accomplished, and then moving forward little by little. That's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully it'll keep getting better and better. Thank you guys and gals out there again for being part of my life and letting me be a part of yours. Where can you find these videos one more time? For the gals and guys who might have just joined us today, find it on YouTube, find it on patreon.com/Rob Sadri. On YouTube you can search Glad You Made It or Rob Sadri. You'll get the full-length videos. And Instagram, we'll be back on hopefully again by Monday. I don't know what it is. I'll try to have it sorted. Again, not a you problem, that's a me problem. I'll fix that. And we're rocking and rolling, baby. It's Friday, let's go get it. Peace out.